$400,000. That's a expected price of a home in the current marketplace, current economy. Um, who has that? Who can pay $400,000 cash that is not an entertainer, inheritance of a great amount of money, athlete, or a politician? Not very many people, if you really think about it. The average person cannot drop $400,000 cash on a home and be set. But I ask you this: if you go and look at certain homes, I'll just take my own personal home. My own home that I live in now, same time, it was built in 1996. It's worth now about $180,000 more minimum than it was then. And I haven't even checked it in 5 years because we all know how the real estate market has kind of inflated these last 4 or 5 years. But I'm saying this to say this: the U.S. dollar is dying. How many of you are gonna stand on that sword and die with it? And what I mean by that is, how many of you have about $25,000 in savings? How many of you are saying, "Hey, I don't want to spend this money"? Have that scarcity mindset of, "I don't want to spend this money because I might need it." Well, let me let you in on a little secret. That $5,000 you got now, if you left it in your savings for 10 years, it ain't gonna be much more than $5,000. And when you take into account how inflation has basically killed the buying power of the dollar, why even have a savings? You should have an emergency fund, of course. Everybody should needs an emergency fund, but why are you not turning that money into? It should be this: you should have turning that money into tangible assets, equipment, real estate, that type of thing. Buying a business. Many people know you can buy a business that's already operational. You just go take out a loan the same way you would take out a house. So you go take out a house, you go take out a home loan, mortgage $400,000. Why aren't you going to buy that $200,000 business that's already running itself? That's a story for another day. But you got to be focusing on turning your money into something that's going to grow with inflation. Everybody says real estate, hey, you can't really need this amount of money. No, you just need to do some research. It's simple as that. Go out and do some research. Find something you can put your money in, whether it's cryptocurrency. I don't really trust the stock market like some do, but do your research and learn how it works. Be able to predict certain things. Look at the company outlook. Look at the profit. Look at the projected finances for that next quarter. Find something to put your money into because it's dying. You have BRICS out here. More countries are joining the BRICS expansion. So, and we're not giving this information, about the ban TikTok now because, certain information is getting around that can be seen as a conspiracy or, hey, we really shouldn't be worried about it. But I'm going to tell you this. Go Google the value of gold 20 years ago and the value of gold now. And everybody thinks, oh man, the value of gold went up, it's going up, it's going up. No, your dollar, your buying power of your dollar is just decreasing. It's simple as that. So I say that to say this: get off your behind, go find something to buy that is not a liability. Um, if you don't know what a liability is versus asset, you need to do the research. But going to buy a SUV that's $80,000 just so you can look clean and, hey, look at me, I have a nice car, to go to the same place that I would go if I stayed in a 1987 Honda Civic. That's no place special, but I'm gonna look good getting there. Is a terrible financial decision versus buying that same truck and using some kind of ride share or rental car company that vehicle can make you money. Make that vehicle an asset. Go and buy a mobile home and a little patch of land and rent it out. There's plenty of ways to not die with the dollar. But a lot of us are being sold the American dream. I will tell you, if you want to go and buy a home, you shouldn't be living in it. Not unless you got a family and kids. If you're a single person with no kids and you don't have a spouse, you should not buy a home with the intent to live in it. You should buy a home with the intent of, how can this home make me money? So that means go and get you a duplex, triplex, something, live in it for 6 months, rent it out, get out of it, and do it all over again. You do it, and if you go find your girlfriend and get her to do it. Make sure she don't sign a prenup so you can get with her and marry her, and then if you ever get a divorce, you can take half of the other duplex that's in her name. You gotta figure out a way. I know that's kind of messed up, but they do it to us all the time. So I figure out. Okay, let's get back on track. All I'm saying is stop buying stuff that just costs you money. You buy these cars, you paying a car note, you paying for gas, you paying for taxes on that vehicle, and it's just draining. You go get a home and you live in this home and you paying the mortgage and you paying for repairs, and it's just money down the drain. That's what they want you to do, because guess what? That home value going up is not going to outweigh the amount of interest you pay for 30 years. Even if you sell in 5 years, the amount of interest that you pay on that home is not going to be countered by how much you can deduct of that interest. I promise you not. Or insurance. It is not. Do the math. Take your money and go put it into something. Get a pool of friends. If you don't have friends you can't talk about investing with, get rid of them. If all they want to talk about is the old chicks, that the same, how Young Buck said, the same old hoes, but we still want them. If that's all they can talk about is money and women, but not money in a good way, just spending it. What are you celebrating every Friday when you go to the club? You're celebrating mediocrity. Find something else to do with your money. Do better, people. Like, the US dollar is dying. And if you don't wake up, you're gonna die with it. That's why you can't handle your expenses. That's why everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. You gotta do better. Find somewhere to put your money. If you want to learn more, you are welcome to get the contact information of any financial advisor, because don't call me because I got my own stuff to deal with. I can't help you, but it's out there. Information is out there for you to get. Seriously, if you want some resources, just comment and we'll get you some resources so you can have a good path to start on. And that's all I got to say. Silent K out.